I am James. I appreciate it. Rocky Downing along with Benny Wallace, and they are jumping the gun, ready to go. Everybody's excited. Why not get going
That's
early
right.
on a Friday morning? So we will take it from here and get ready for the 106-pound weight class with Rhett Koppes. He is on the mat, ready to go, Benny. In the opening round, I'll get a chance to air a conversation I had with Coach Bigorsh just moments ago. So Rhett Koppes ready to go with 106 pounds here. Opening round of the state championships in Class 4A.
Love the way they have the mats set up this year. They're just where we can see them. Last year they kind of got underneath, and Rhett starts off right away, pulls the head down, reaches around, grabs the leg, and gets a 2-point takedown to lead 2-0 early in this first period.
A great start. I mean, quick time to get out and get going for Rhett Koppes. The sophomore, close to getting to state last year, first-time qualifier for the Clay Center Tigers, ranked number 3 in the state in 106-pound weight class 4A.
There's no other way to look at it when you step on the mats here. I want to wrestle 4 times in this tournament, and that's it. I'm going all the way out the front, and I think that's what Rhett's shooting for. He came out aggressive, and right now he's working hard. Kind of got that hammer lock. Scoop that head up. He's got it back. Got him in a nice position here.
Long way to go in this first period. He's getting back points.
His head and back's away from us, so we can't really see the shoulders, but
the
looks like he's in
really
great
close.
position.
Continuing to take a look. The official from side to side. Look at those shoulders.
Rhett's right on top of him, chest to chest, trying to hook up that leg so he can't get any power and arch with his back, so then he's stretching him a little further.
Still 54 seconds left in this first period. Rhett Koppes up big, trying to get a pin here early.
Can't quite gather him up where he really needs to be really tight with him, so he has to release him until he's back down, but he gets the 3-point back and leading 5-0 right now with 37 seconds left here in the first.
So great start for Rhett Koppes at 106, nearly had a pin. Does have a 5-0 lead with 30 seconds to work. As Benny said, running 4 mats, so this opening round does go pretty quickly considering all the weight classes that are taking the mat.
Rhett's just smothering his opponent. He's staying on top of him. Now he kicks out to the side, shoots a half. He's trying to run that half and bar that far arm. It's not there.
10 seconds left in the first period. Koppes leads at 5-0.
Comes back real smart and covers the hips and then kind of regathers, and now he's gone to the other side. So working very hard at a lot of different moves here early in this match.
Koppes comes in, a sophomore, of course, his first-time qualifier at state, number 3 ranked, 31-3 coming into the state championships. Lucas Hopper of Baldwin, his opponent, 19-20, a freshman.
Brett's going to be taking bottom choice this second period, and he goes down. Right now, Lucas Hopper from Baldwin comes on the left side. Whistle start. Rhett goes with the left inside leg up. He stands up. He's peeling the hands. Not quite there. Hopper lifts and takes him back to the mat.
Koppes up 5-0 here in the second period.
It's kind of a little outside switch and hits it and comes around on the top and gains control to get the 2-point reversal.
So Rhett is really in control thus far in this match. Second period, he's up 7-0, and he rode really well in the first period, turned him over a couple of times.
Yeah, I really liked what he did in the first period. He came out really aggressive, got that 5-point lead, gets 2 more here to lead 7-0, and really covering well, just wrestling a smart match, tying up the arms. Yep. Went to that right side and got the half. Now he's turning him with it.
Got his to his back again.
Looks really good from our angle, but we can't see the shoulders again. He's a little high on him. He's kind of belly to chest. Now he's chest to chest back.
Yeah. He still has a minute left to go in the second period.
One thing about Hopper from Baldwin does not give up easy. He's really fighting hard. And
Right. Tighten it up a little bit more, though. Trying to stretch out that far side shoulder.
A little high, but he may get it from here. We can't see the shoulders from this angle.
There it is, the Tiger pin in the second period for Rhett Koppes, and he is through to the championship quarterfinals. I'm going to come out and get it going for the Tigers, huh?
That's a good way to start the day for the Tigers, that's for sure.
Quick takedown, quick back points, then a reversal to start the second period, and eventually the pin. Rhett Koppes at 106, headed to the quarterfinals here at the state championships. I'm going to take a timeout, come back, and then we're going to get you that interview I had with Coach Brandon Bigorsh before we get set for Parker Tholstrup at 120 pounds coming your way here on a Friday morning from Salina.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY, Clay Center.
KCLY's coverage of Clay Center Tiger Wrestling is brought to you in part by Golden Seed Farms, Citizens National Bank at Clay Center, Greenleaf, Concordia, and Belleville. Rains Apple Market by CS Precision Ag, Robbins Motors, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, by Twin Valley, C&R Credit Union, Crop Production Service at Clay Center, and Huntley's Garage.
All of us at Bud's Tire Service want to thank you for your support and loyalty towards our business since 1968. We're looking forward to continuing servicing you in the future. We have the opportunity to merge with Kansas Land Tire Group. Although the name will change, all of our personnel will remain the same. Kansas Land Tire is a company that has been our supplier of tire products such as Goodyear, Titan, Michelin, Alliance, Kelly, and more for over 12 years. We're looking forward to continuing servicing everyone in our community and surrounding area for years to come.
Hi, I'm Steph.
And I'm Alyssa, and we're with the C&R Credit Union.
Members often ask us how they can raise their credit score.
I always tell them to open up a credit card.
The FICO looks for 3 specific things when figuring your credit score: revolving credit, installment loans, and a mortgage.
When you open a credit card, make sure you keep a low or zero monthly balance.
We recommend our card, which has no annual fee, low rates, rewards, and fraud protection.
Let us explain more at the C&R Credit Union in Clay Center.
FDIC insured.
Good morning from the state championships, Class 4A in Salina, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Brandon Pigorsh. Coach, first off, thanks for the time again. It is about that time. Opening round about to get going. How are the guys feeling right now?
I think they're feeling good. We had a little slower drive down here this morning with the weather, but kids woke up, made weight, and we're here. We're ready to go. That's the first task, make weight, and then you move from there. Talk about the opening match, I guess, to start with. We get going quickly. Rhett Koppas right up at 106. Yeah, Brett will be first up on mat 3 here. He's got a kid from Baldwin. First match should be favorable for us, so looking forward to that one and hopefully go out and get some bonus points. And then Parker, Reed, Gavin, I guess a quick look at what that looks like. There's some tough draws, but as you said before, it's a state championships. They're all tough. They are all tough. Parker's first opponent beat him close this year, so hopefully we can get some fortune going the other way, capitalize on some of that guy's mistakes and come out with the win. And then Reed's guys beat him twice this year, so close matches, things we can fix, I think, and overcome. And then Gavin's kid should be another match we hopefully look for some bonus points in. All right, Coach, again, we appreciate it. I know we'll catch up later. Let's have a great opening round. All right, thanks, Rocky. Back with more live action from the state championships coming your way next.
It's time now for a look into the KCLY community calendar.
For LP service, you can rely on Contact Home Oil Services. They provide dependable propane delivery to your home in Marshall, Riley, Potawatomi, Washington, Geary, and Clay counties. Family owned, proudly serving your family. Visit homeoilservices.com.
100.9 KCLY.
Back once again in Salina, along with the crew back at home, keeping us going. We have Benny Wallace alongside, as always, here at the state championships. And again, Benny, great start for Red Koppas, a win by fall in the second period. Came out, got after it quick, and maybe sets the stage for what the Tigers want to get done today.
Definitely was on a mission from the very first whistle, and that's what they're going to have to do. And they're all going to have to wrestle well. They've got some tough brackets again. I know we kind of stressed that last week, but we're sitting here kind of dissecting it out. We're like, man, we can't get a break that way. And then we also say, you know what, we got to beat them all. So that's hopefully the frame of mind they're in, and just one at a time and keep knocking them off.
Rhett will take on a wrestler from Mulvane who is 4th ranked in the state. So you get a number 3 and 4 ranked wrestler matchup in the quarterfinals that next round at 106. Parker Tholstrup, he has Christian Rowe out of Santa Fe Trail, a freshman, 30-8. Parker has lost to him, but it was close, and so they're hoping to get through him today, and that'll be the next matchup. We're going to take you back to the studios. When Parker's ready to go, we'll bring you back here to Salina. Again, back at the Tony's Pizza Event Center. For the first time, at least, I got it right and didn't call it the Bicentennial Center. We'll see how many times that happens throughout the weekend. Rocky Downing, Benny Wallace with you. We are about ready for Parker Tholstrup to take the mat here at 120 pounds. Freshman, first time here at the state championships, and made his way out the back door last week after reaching the semis, and then had the one match to win on Saturday. He and Reed Nooner in that same position, and both came out and not only got it done, but won the consolation final to help with their seeding. And we are underway now with Parker Tholstrup. The opening whistle, I should say, well, now they've got to make sure the bout sheet's turned in, and now we're ready to go.
Parker really did put some good matches together last weekend, so coming off of that, let's see what he can do here this morning.
Right now, both wrestlers tied up, and a little shuck by his opponent, and Parker tried to fight it off. Now, Parker, if he popped the head out, might be in a pretty good position here.
Christian Rowe had the little fits, and he got him down to his knee, so they gave him 2 points for that takedown. But Parker right now trying to work out of it and can't quite get it. So Rowe gets in behind, hooks a leg, and starts riding on top.
Again, Tholstrup lost 3-1 at Rossville's Invitational in the consolation finals to this same wrestler from Santa Fe Trail.
Boy, Parker almost came out of that. He had the little fits against him, and he popped the head through and thought he was going to come around the back and couldn't get around. And Kristen Rowe stopped him and got on top and starting to ride pretty hard right now, hooking the leg in, doing a far side power half, and Parker fights that off. So down 2-0 here with a minute left in the first period.
Tholstrup, a freshman for the Tigers, working from underneath, and good rider it looks like, and his opponent Rowe, because right now Parker's been unable to get back to his base, but to get the leg lock in. Now he does kind of tripod up a little bit.
We've always known Santa Fe Trail leggers. They like to put them legs in and work hard, and it really makes it hard to get something done if you can't stop that leg from getting in. And right now, Christian Rowe doing a good job of riding Parker. Parker really working to try to get out of there and hasn't been able to yet.
Down to 25 seconds first period. Tholstrup trailing 2-0, and now a stalemate is called. So they'll put them back to center with, again, Parker trailing right now in a 2-0 match, first period.
Short time here, 22 seconds. Parker gets a restart, so he comes up, tries to get to his feet, gets broke down. Kristen chopped the right arm and kind of kept him down the mat. Now Parker's trying to tripod up, come up. 11 seconds left, tried to hit a switch off his feet, got locked hands. We're going to get a point right here.
Down to 4 seconds. Now they stop action. And so a penalty point against Rowe of Santa Fe Trail. Couldn't get the escape, but he was about to. That's why I think the class hands happened.
Wish you stopped it a few seconds earlier. We have 3 seconds to restart. So we need to get up to our feet. He's up, trying to peel. Rowe lifts him in the end of the period.
Pulling toss and decision to Tholstrup, and he will defer, and Rowe is going to take down.
So right now, Parker's going to start on the left side. Whistle start, hacks his left arm. Kristen tried to come up to his feet. Got a potential of dangerous here, so they stop it, and they'll restart over again.
And Red Coppice won earlier by a Tiger pin in the second period at 106. And now Parker Tholstrup at 120 trails 2-1. Second period, trying to ride. They curl toward the edge of the mat.
Parker started on the right side, and it looked like Christian liked that side because he switched out real quick and reached back and came around and got the 2-point reversal on us. So we're down now 4-1 early here in the second period.
And we saw how well Rowe rode in the first period on Tholstrup. Right now trying to get some tilt points that he's not anywhere near an angle to get that. It's the power half again he's working with. Minute 19 to work second period.
Kind of like the stalemate earlier last week. We didn't see very many stalemates. It was a lot of wasted time. So
yeah,
hopefully today they'll get on that. Right now Parker does a little inside switch, and he's trying to come around. He can't get that leg, so he kind of has to back out of it. He gets turned over, rolls through, so does not give up any back points. Good job there by Parker.
Down to 55 seconds to go, second period. Tholstrup trailing 4-1.
Thought Parker had a little something going on, and Kristen did a good job of just following it around and came around, and then he caught him and rolled him on his back, but Parker fought through it and rolled right across, so no points given there.
Down to 37 seconds, 4-1. Tholstrup down. His first match here, the 4A state championships.
Rowe Santa Fe Trail's got that right leg hooked in, so he's doing the. And then he's hooking the other leg on the other side, and he's just trying to extend and do a power half. He's getting a little cheap back points here. Parker's he's just twisted in a pretzel right now. He's trying to get back to his belly, but he gives up at least 2, maybe 3. Looks like he's going to get 3 against him.
They do give 3. So 7-1 now. Tholstrup down with 5 seconds, down to 3-2. And the second period will end with Tholstrup trailing 7-1.
Just so hard to defend your opponent if you can't keep that leg from getting in. And right now they're going to start on their feet. Parker shows up to start this third period and down 7-1. So he's going to have to get some takedowns and possibly take him right to his back.
Locked up right now. See if he can find a way to set something up here and get Rowe down to the mats. Down 7-1. Now he's got a front headlock working. Milking down to the mat.
Good job by Parker pulling and milking it down, but then Rowe kind of backs himself out of the mat, so they got to go back and restart.
He was in deep and in great position, but obviously Rowe with a 6-point lead is not going to give up much. And again, he's got him down to the mat as Rowe took a low shot in there, and Tholstrup trying to turn him. He knows he has to get points quick, gives up a takedown.
This time, instead of Christian Rowe waiting for Parker to underhook and milk, he decided he'd go a low shot, and he got away with it. Got the takedown. So he got the leg in right now, and he's trying to get that power half on the far side. Parker tries to roll through, gets ripped back, and doesn't go to his back, though. Belly's down.
1:05 left in the match. Tholstrup trailing 9-1 and working from underneath.
Tough opponent is Christian Rowe. He does a really nice job of right, and so far Parker's been unable to keep that right leg from going in. He's doing what he wants to from there. He's doing a lot of tilting. There's a kind of Parker gets around the back now. He's almost got a switch because Rowe got a little high, but he got both legs in, so hooks him and stops that from happening.
37 seconds. That's about the fourth time Tholstrup's been within a whisker of getting the reversal or a takedown, and the legs get locked back in, and he's done.
You can't get underneath that leg, and it gets past your arm, then you're in trouble because it's what he does, and he does it really well. So Parker doing a good job of trying to keep everything from that's been thrown at him from getting more back points given up than he did. Here's a reversal by Parker.
At the 9 seconds, it's 9-3. He almost got Rowe on his back, but he couldn't quite get control. But now he works the half in, but he's down to 1 second, and will lose a 9-3 decision here in the opening round, and that'll put him onto the consolation bracket later on today. So good wrestler, obviously, that he went up against the 9-3 final.
He rode us very well. We just couldn't get away from that and gave up a few back points and couldn't recover.
So Tholstrup will drop to the backside and will likely be taken on a Spring Hill wrestler who is going up against the #1 ranked wrestler in the state from Arch City. That will be in the consolation round. We have two more in this round, though. In the opening round, 138 pounds, it'll be Reed Knitter going to the Tigers. And then later on at 195 pounds, Gavin Ware. We'll bring them to you live when they're ready to go in Salina. Once again, a return to the state championships in Class 4A wrestling. The Clay Center Tigers have seen Rhett Koppas win with a Tiger pin to advance to the championship quarterfinals. Parker Tholstrup took a 9-3 loss in his first matchup. He will drop to the consolation side. We have Reed Knitter, Gavin Ware still to go in this round, and Reed is heading to a check-in and head to the mat as we speak at 138 pounds. Again, he has Lawson Henry out of Fulton, state ranked number 4, 39-8. A senior. Knitter comes in 28-16, a junior. Now you can say that Henry is state ranked. Knitter was state ranked early in the season, so it's not like he's had a year where they don't know about him too.
Right, and you know he's got that length to him, so he's sometimes a lot of opponents make it's hard for him to wrestle him. So right now they're getting started, and the whistle starts saying they're tying up. Reed's kind of staying inside tie, trying to not get taken down here. Good square up position.
Break apart, just underway in the first period. Now goes down to an E. Both break apart again. Fireman in there by his opponent, and there's some of that length you talked about. Reed fought it up nice. He's got a front headlock.
Yeah, he kind of blocked that off, and now he's kind of got to his hip. He got back on his hip. Now he's got a front headlock. He's trying to milk that down. Trying to milk it. They're not very far from out of bounds. Trying to circle back around. Just a back leg, but they're close to being out.
Can't break the leg yet. If he could, he would have a takedown. Now he's circling. They're right on the edge, though, and now they whistle it to a stop. So close to a 2-point takedown for Knitter. Good start.
Very good start for him. They go back to center, whistle start. Square up, hand tie, collar ties. Inside ties, somebody trying to get something going.
1:05 left first period. No score as of yet.
Kind of a chop by Reed, and it didn't do anything, so he comes back in. Collar ties. Staying inside, trying to keep square.
Both leaning in on each other, forehead to forehead. And he's giving him some arm control to Henry, but he breaks that away. Knitter backs away from his opponent, now locks back up.
Reed definitely has the height advantage here on this match. It's shown so far. He's using them long arms to work some things that didn't quite pay off, but came very close. Down to 25 seconds left here in the first, 0-0.
Henry went for a duck under and was not there. Down to 20 seconds, as Benny mentioned.
Reed's got a left side underhook, and he's kind of working that. He banged the head, trying to maybe milk it into a front headlock, and it wasn't there.
Inside 10 seconds, first period, no score.
Both posts back away. Here's a fireman's shot by Henry. Right now they go out of bounds, so no points here at the end of the first.
Zeros on the clock. We'll have the coin toss and see whose decision it will be. It will be Knitter's choice, and he says, I'll take down. So he will start in the down position here. Good first period for Knitter.
Very good first period, and then you get your choice, so he's going to go to the down position to start the second period. Knitter crawls on the left side. Sits out, kind of sits through. Henry tries to do a jerk back, but Reed blocks that off, goes back and goes to his square position. Right now he's getting a little bit high on Reed, so Reed comes up to his feet. Good lift by Henry, takes him back to the mat. He comes right back up. He's tripoding up, and then he sits out. Up he gets jerked back. Yeah, I don't think he gave up anything.
Not yet. No.
No
point. Not.
Didn't see him flag anything, but you couldn't tell. He's kind of holding his hand to the official off to the side like maybe he was going to give points, but he didn't. So back to center, and Reed will start again in the down position. 0-0, minute 28 left here in the second.
Back underway. Reed again to his feet and brought back down to the mats.
Henry kind of trying to get a leg in, but right now Reed grabs that leg, and he's got it under it, so now he cuts across, trying to get across, but it doesn't want to give up any cheap tilt points here.
Close to that angle, and you could see Henry trying to pull him back toward him. Knitter still has that leg in control, though.
Come underneath it, sort of over the top of it with that left arm, but he can't quite get there. Henry goes back and covers, so it'll restart here, and Reed comes up to his feet, and they go out of bounds.
So Reed Knitter scoreless through the first period, but was close to a couple of takedowns, and now from working underneath in the second period has been close to getting up and away.
Really, it would be nice to get an escape point here. 48 seconds left. He kind of comes up, and he gets jerked back again. Doesn't give up any points, though. Very close both times on that, and so far he's flat on his belly. He's going to have to get up. 30 seconds left here in the second. Henry's just working under the arms, trying to get him tied up and cover.
25 seconds to work, second period. Still no score. Now Knitter sits out, rolls through. Henry stays in behind.
No, right on the edge of the mat.
Big one.
Out of bounds. Completely out of bounds. Both shoulders are completely out of bounds.
Now Knitter spins back toward the mat. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. And no points awarded. Henry trying to get some of those cheap back points. Unable to do so. It will be Lawson Henry's choice, and he will go in the down position, and Reed Knitter will ride with no score going to the final.
Got a great match going here. Reed starts on the right side, 0-0. Starts the third. Thought we'd get a false. Kind of gets switched around. Right now he's still in control, but there's the escape.
Now they'll go back on their feet, so Knitter's going to trail 1-0.
Henry kind of did a little set-out switch and then kind of broke away, and Reed was trying to pull it back up into a double and finally just cut him. And there's a little duck under by Reed and misses with it.
Now trying to circle around on the edge, trying to break his hips up.
Gosh, Reed's got such good hips. He just thought he was taken down. Now he's in the dresser part, and he's trying to come around. Nothing's there. His long arm, he's reaching through the back of the leg.
Right on the edge. We're down to a minute 14 to go in the match.
Don't give up anything. Here they go out. Stalemate.
They put him back in the middle. And again, unlike you, Henry was in deep, and Knitter just kind of flattened him out and almost got a takedown out of him.
Well, he fell to his hip and surely he was going to go down. All of a sudden, his hip popped through, and that means a lot when you have hips like that as a wrestler. You can ward off a lot of takedowns that way.
Back in the standard position, right in the middle. Knitter trails 1-0 against number 4 ranked in the state out of Holton, Lawson Henry.
Reed had a good little duck under there, about 30 seconds ago, and then he kind of came around. There's a scramble, go out of bounds.
Henry did a little shuck by, and it looked like Reed almost lost his balance and allowed him to get down to the leg, but they go out of bounds.
Yeah, 38 seconds here, down by 1. He's going to have to put a good shot together. He needs to really work at trying to manage it at a good position and create an angle and get a good shot here to end this match and possibly win.
Down to 27 seconds. Knitter down 1-0. Now they break apart. Reed trying to find an angle to get in there. Has some underhooks near the edge. They'll go out of bounds, and they do warn Henry for stalling.
20 seconds left. He's got to come hard.
He comes at him here, locks up.
Trying to get underhooks. Henry backing up. Henry goes for a fireman. They go out of bounds.
We're down to 10 seconds left in the match. Knitter down 1-0. Still time.
Comes right in, tries to get low, tries to get underneath, pulling an underhook, trying to milk down, getting an ankle, trying to come around.
And he's going to run out of time. What an opening match. Reed Knitter's going to lose a 1-0 decision.
Close match. Very good match.
So Reed Knitter will drop to the consolation round along with Parker Tholstrup. Tholstrup at 120, Reed Knitter here at 138. Red Compass will wrestle in the championship quarterfinal round at 106. And we still have Gavin Ware. Now that's going to be a little ways down the road before Gavin goes at 195 pounds. But we will bring you back live to Salina with Gavin Ware is ready to wrestle in the state championships. The 4A state championships, Clay Center Tigers Gavin Ware on the mat at 195 pounds, and he has got a quick fireman and a quick takedown and leads it 2-0 here, Benny. Great start for Gavin Ware.
Didn't waste any time, came right out, got aggressive, and got the takedown. Riding hard on the left side right now, getting broke down flat, trying to get that wrist in there and get that hammer lock pulled around, put it in the back of his back, and they're close to the edge out of bounds, but not quite there yet. So right now, Connor Ridgway from Santa Fe Trail gets his base back, and they go out of bounds. So back to center.
Ware comes in 31-3, number 2 ranked in the state at 195. His opponent Connor Ridgway, a senior as well, at 17-13. Ware leads it here 2-0 early. If he gets through this match, we know who he's going to compete against. His next round would be a guy who had a win by fall in the first period. Gavin Ware riding right now with a 2-0 lead and 1:08 to work.
Tight waist by Gavin, trying to break that arm down. Gets that wrist. Stays heavy, gets the hammer lock in. Already starting to gather the leg. Now he's trying to gather the head.
There he goes.
You got to get out. Get out to the side.
Now he does. And now he locks it up a little tighter. Down to 43 seconds left. He's getting back points. Looking for a little more. Gavin Ware at 195, the senior.
Should be right there. He's close.
He's looking. The official right on it. Not yet.
Got it gathered up tight.
We're down to 26 seconds.
Can lift that head a little bit, then rock back. There it is.
And the Tiger pin for the senior Gavin Ware, and he'll be through the opening round of the championship quarterfinals. 19 seconds left in the first period, and we can look ahead a little bit now. That next round, Benny, it's a matchup with Ridge Smith of Columbus, 33-3, number 4 ranked in the state, a senior. Ware will now be 32-3, a senior number 2 ranked. That's a heck of a second round.
It is. It's a loaded bracket, and you got to. We talked about it earlier. Got to be involved, but it's not the way you really wanted to do it. You wanted the best ones to kind of come out to the end. You got 2 seniors now battling in the second round here, and it's just Gavin's got his head on. He should be fine. He's going to have to take care of business, though.
They will have a 30-minute break following the finish of this round, and they are up into the upper weights, obviously. The 220-pounders are now on the mat. When this round goes final, the opening round of the day, they'll take a 30-minute break, and then they'll start the championship quarterfinals. We'll have Red Compass right on the mat early at 106 pounds. We'll also have Gavin Ware here at 195, both winning with Tiger pins today. Reed Knitter and Parker Tholstrup will wrestle in the consolation round. That is the round that follows the championship quarters. So after this round wraps up, a half-hour break, and then they'll start the championship quarterfinals. We'll have Rhett Coppice and Gavin Ware going in that round, trying to make it onto the semis. That'll be the next round up on KCLY's coverage of 4A State Championship Wrestling with the Clay Center Tigers. And we welcome you back. Good afternoon from the 4A State Championships. Rhett Coppice at 106 pounds on the mat wrestling in the championship quarterfinal round, and Rhett's got a great shot in early and an early takedown. And they haven't awarded points yet, is he?
No, he was giving him the 2, but then showed up on the. It's our crew on the table, so they're so intent watching the match.
Right, yeah.
They haven't given us the points yet, but he did get 2 points, did an outside single, and a nice shot, real aggressive early in the match, in good control so far, and we didn't even have the clock going. So
they had some problems with this clock earlier, I noticed. They had to change it out, actually, so I'm not sure if that's part of the issue, but they are now looking over the scores table and
trying to figure this out.
Yeah. Rhett's up 2-0. We know that. Got a great start at a single leg and took him right to the mat. Got a takedown, leads 2-0, but the 2 minutes on the first period clock are still sitting there, and the clock did not ever start.
Well, I don't know about you, but, the first period's about over, I think. But
Absolutely.
It might have been 40 seconds in or 50, maybe.
Probably a good guess. Yeah, and they're trying to sort that out on the sideline. Now, they are videoing everything and streaming a lot of the matches, or people can go back and watch after they're done. Maybe they're able to look at the video right now, which would be nice, and know exactly how long it was. I think that's what they're trying to look into anyway.
They were told not to shut the computers down, and maybe it did get. Now they can't reboot it or something. Who knows?
So there is a break in the action. Both wrestlers over with their coaches, waiting to get back on the mat. This is a big matchup for Rhett Coppice. He's third ranked in the state, a sophomore. His opponent is a freshman from Mulvane, Chadwick Stahl, who is fourth ranked in the state at 35-8. And obviously, Rhett has come out in a great manner to start with a 2-0 lead. Actually, he's put his T-shirt back on. Both wrestlers have, kind of keep warm and stay loose. And
we got the 2 points awarded to us now. Now they have to get the clock, the time correct. So
in this championship quarterfinal round, we have Rhett Coppice at 106, and then there'll be quite a break before we get to Gavin Ware at 195, and then they'll go right into the consolation round following that. And those are all run with 4 mats here at the Tony's Pizza Event Center in Salina. Well, they're still trying to get this. Oh, now they've got the clock to 1:23, and we may be in business. It's like an IT guy came down and helped get them set. Now they got the wrestlers back on the mat, and I think we're ready to go. 1:23 left first period. Rhett Coppice leading 2-0 over his opponent Stahl from Mulvane. Third and fourth ranked wrestlers in the state at 106. Back underway.
Rhett starts on the left side, gets a nice restart, chops the arm, gets the Lundy already in there, knees deep in the hole. Right now he's trying to peel it around, and then his opponent sits out and comes out, and Rhett cuts him, and they're both on their feet. Gives up a 1-point escape.
2-1, Rhett Coppice the lead. He was great on his feet to start this one. He was in the first match, too, which he won by a fall. Another deep single leg in for Coppice. Now lifting up.
This time he went to the left side outside single. I'm trying to cut it around and kind of lift. Now he elevates, and he runs the pipe, and he's trying to get that leg. Now he goes to it, cut double. Trying to cut it. Goes on the edge and
went out of bounds.
Falls him out of bounds. Just touched the outside white circle when he was going to the mat.
The left foot just caught it enough, and the official was right there on it. So they're back underway, neutral position. Coppice leading 2-1. Takes a shot, not there. They lock back up.
So he's that right side outside, and it wasn't there. Right now, the Mulvane wrestler goes for a. Now Rhett's got a little fix on him. Looks like he missed the leg though. So now he's trying to get underneath the arms and work himself back around.
Stahl had a pretty good shot in on Coppice, and he was able to turn it around, and now a stalemate is called. It was 16 to work first period. And back to center they come, both in the neutral position. 106-pound championship quarterfinals. Deep shot in, low, though, by Stahl of Mulvane.
Stahl just shot right to the ankle, and Rhett's trying to hang on. Stahl comes around the back, goes out the back door. Rhett keeps fighting it, but right now he just got one top behind the arm. That should have been 2, and it was.
Coppice goes up 4-1. He turned what was a takedown for Stahl into a takedown of his own.
He came around and came in behind the leg arms, and then he had that little Fitz leg in. He got behind the arms and got the 2 points.
And we go to the second period with Coppice leading 2-1. It was his choice. He deferred, and his opponent takes the down position.
These little guys move so fast, it's hard to keep up with them. The action's pretty quick. Brett starts on top, breaks him down flat, and is trying to get the arms and get them underhooks in and get their wrist, and trying to peel them wrist in and get a Lundy. Now he's got that Lundy. He's got it held up there, and he's got him broke down. Just driving his right shoulder right in the middle of his back and staying heavy on him.
He's got him flattened out really well right now, still with control of the arm underneath.
Stahl trying to hook Rhett's leg so he can't get to the outside. Brett kind of kicks that out. Now he's still with knee in the hole. He's staying in behind. Now he gets warned.
So Coppice warned for stalling here in the second period. 1:20 left. He leads 4-1.
Brett starts on the left side. Goes back to center. Whistle start. His opponent Stahl sits out and he just kind of breaks him to the left. Keeps him in control now. Stahl turns around, faces him, and gets the one for escape.
Coppice tried to shoot right after the escape, and Stahl gets him in a front headlock now.
Stahl tried to shuck and go around, and Rhett stops him, gets the leg, gets to do a double leg, and takes him right down to the mat. So 2-point takedown for Rhett. Nice job.
54 to work, second period, 6-2 now. Coppice the lead, and he's got him flattened back out again on the mat.
Brett's going to have to get off the hips a little bit. This official didn't take long to call him for stalling last time, so he's got the arm hooked up. Looks like he's got the Lundy. He acted like he was going to go with a little tilt, but he didn't get anything out of it.
Now out to the side. Stahl trying to stand up. Brett gets him back to the mat. 26 to work, second period. Coppice up 6-2.
Brett's on the left side, and he's really high on him. He's got like a little Fitz on the head and the arm part, but he missed the leg. Stahl's trying to come around and come through the back, and Rhett finally kind of gets out of that position.
10 seconds left.
Stahl's trying to lift that leg. Rhett's cutting across, still in control.
And now does get back in on top, and will end the second period with a 6-2 lead, Rhett Coppice.
Great hip control by Rhett. I mean, it's hard to teach that. I mean, he just was there. He kind of cut across and kept him from getting that 2-point reversal.
They'll go neutral to start the third period, and Rhett Coppice again leads it 6-2. There's a deep single again by Coppice.
Outside single on the right side, goes to both legs, cuts him down, takes him down, and now leads 8-2. Good takedown by Rhett.
1:45 to go in the match, and up by 6 points now. He almost got turned over. There's a reversal to Stahl of Mulvane. 10-4 now the lead for Coppice.
Coppice got the hand. He's got a hold of it. He's trying to keep it, trying to stay in good defensive position right now. Stahl's trying to get something in here and working maybe some kills and get some quick back points, but Brett's being a defensive wrestle right now.
He leads it 10-4. Coppice up by 6, 1:15, and now Mulvane Stahl will cut him loose, go back to their feet. Now the single leg in by Coppice. He's got it every time.
He's like a snake. He just slivers right in there and has a low single. He's really still fighting to get it. He's got to get his head pulled through right now. And he's got a cradle against him, but he pops out of it. That was his only chance probably. And right now he's got him on his back.
And there's a Tiger pin for Rhett Coppice. He's headed to the semifinals tonight at 106 pounds, his second pin of the day, Benny.
I'm telling you, that could have went south really quick, and we thought maybe Rhett was going to get pinned, and all of a sudden popped his head through. Their coaches were even going ballistic. They knew that was his only opportunity to probably win that match. Rhett pops through, comes out, has him on his back, and sticks him.
Doesn't look like a first-time guy headed to the state championships. I mean, he has been impressive in his first two matches.
Yes, he has.
A win by fall in the first match, a win by fall here in the quarterfinals against the fourth-ranked wrestler in the state, Chadwick Stahl of Mulvane. It's Rhett Coppice headed on to the championship semifinals. That'll be wrestled later today here in the in Salina. We still have it at 195 pounds. Gavin Ware coming up. That'll be a ways down with all the weight classes in between. But when Gavin Ware is ready to go, we're back again in Salina. And a good afternoon. Welcome back again to Salina 4A State Championship Wrestling. Gavin Ware checking in right now, putting the leg band on, about to go to work here in the quarterfinal round. And we are underway at 195 pounds. Two really good wrestlers, two senior wrestlers meeting up here in the quarterfinal, both state ranked numbers 2 and 4 in the state. There's a fireman in by Gavin, goes to a double leg, fighting to get across, and they go out of bounds. Good job by the Columbus wrestler to not let that be a takedown.
Had a pretty good shot there, and they kind of were scrambling and ended up going out of bounds. I think Gavin would have ended up with that, but going out, back to center.
His opponent is Ridge Smith, 33 and 3, a senior. Gavin as well, a senior. He comes in 32 and 3.
Gavin tried another little fireman's, and it wasn't there. Came back out. A lot of inside ties right now. Dead center of the mat. Head to head.
Smith a little lower level. He's trying to get at it, looks like, as they lock back up again.
It'll be a pretty tough match here. We know that going in, so it's going to just stay in good position and trying to create that angle and get that good shot.
1 minute left, first period. No score as of yet. Smith reaches in, Ware avoids. Now they break apart, eye each other down, and then start back in together. Ridge Smith goes down to a knee to look in, neither taking a shot at this point.
Gavin reaches in, tries to get that underhook on the left side. Right, there he goes. He's got the fireman. He's got it. He wraps the waist and gets the 2.
So a 2-point takedown right on the edge, and he leaves early with 35 seconds left to work.
Tight waist now. He's trying to pull that arm in. They are along the edge of the mat, but they're staying in bounds. Ridge tries to tripod up with the left leg, and he comes up, and Gavin's behind him. He's going to have to lift or take him back to the mat. There he kind of releases and cuts and goes to a double, takes him right to his back, but they're out of bounds.
No points awarded on the back because they were right on the edge. Smith unable to get the escape because Ware wrapped him right back up, and so both nearly had points. 12 seconds left first period, still 2-0. Gavin Ware leads it.
Smith came to his feet, and Gavin really couldn't do anything with him, and finally he kind of let go, and when Rich turned around, he took him right to his back, but he was out of bounds. Whistle start, and there's the end of the first period. Gavin leading 2-0.
So Ware will head to the second period. Columbus, Ridge Smith defers, and Ware immediately points down. He'll take that down position.
I'm confident he can come up off the bottom and get an escape here. Ridge Smith starts on the right side and kind of breaks him down right away. So now Gavin's laying flat on the mat. Ridge is kind of trying to get a chicken wing in, and Gavin peels that off.
Very heavy right now on top of Smith as Ware's trying to get to his face. A minute 40 left in the second period. Ware leads it 2-0.
Gavin being patient, just knows he needs to work up. Now he's kind of tripoding like he does most of the time. Smith hacks the right hand or arm and knocks him back down to the mat. Got a 1 count on a cheap tilt, but I don't think he got 2, did he?
I did not see a second arm go up, so I don't think there's any back points.
Ridge Smith did a quick tilt, and Gavin quickly bellied back down and got 1 count against him, but almost gave up 2 back points.
So back to center they go. They were on the edge, called to a stop. Gavin Ware leads at 2-0 second period. He works from underneath right now. Gavin Smith goes back in.
Smith gets on the right side, whistle start. Smith's really pretty good on whistle starts. He chops him and gets him flattened out. Gavin this time holds his base.
The drape's very heavy, too, when riding on top.
Sure does. Gavin right now 55 seconds left here in the second period, and he needs to get an escape here if he can.
Ridge Smith breaking the arm down again. Now Ware nearly got his base back, trying to keep the hands free. And Smith breaks him back down to the mat with 40 to work.
We knew this would be a good match. You got a 4 against a 2, and this is it. It's hard work for both wrestlers, and right now, Ridge Smith riding Gavin pretty well, and Gavin finally gets his base back. 25 seconds remaining, and Gavin still leads 2-0. There's Gavin. Comes to his feet.
There's an escape. Big point in the last moments of this second period. Gavin Ware goes up 3-0 with 16 to work, and back they go in the center.
Gavin shoots a little fireman's, comes back out. He doesn't really give it a lot of effort on that one. Now he breaks away. 5 seconds left. 3, 2. There's a fireman's on Gavin. Oh, he almost had it.
Right at the buzzer, they are at the whistle. He had not finished the move, but was on his way to 2 more points. Instead, will lead 3-0.
That would have been a great finish to the second period, but he'll start on top here, leading 3-0. Last 2 minutes of the match.
And back underway, Ridge Smith's choice. He took down position. Ware almost has a cradle, looks like.
Ridge Smith tripoded up, and Gavin just decided, I'll cradle to the inside, so he's got it hooked up. And now he backs out of it. Ridge grabs the hand and pulls it over the top of the head. Gavin's going to have to be careful here. He just kind of comes out to the front and gives up the skate.
So it's a 3-1 match. Gavin Ware leads it. Smith of Columbus comes back in, tries to get a shot in, a single leg, but Ware fights it off.
Man, he hit him with his hips really hard. Ridge Smith's got Gavin's left leg, and Gavin's trying to come around behind. He's mule kicking, trying to get away. They'll probably end up a stalemate here, and it does.
There's a deep shot first by Smith, and then Gavin Ware, as you said, just tipped him to the mat, and Smith was able to hang on to the leg and get a stalemate.
Ridge Smith's going to come hard here. He's got it. There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Gavin needs to get himself in a good position and get that fireman.
Here the edge, they circle with 1:07 now left. Ware circles back into the middle. Smith of Columbus comes after him.
Gavin looks at the clock, kind of knows what has to happen here, and right now, Ridge coming hard at him. Gavin goes down low, circles out.
Right on the edge again.
Reaches up, grabs the leg. Almost has 2, but they're out of bounds.
Down to 49 seconds left in the match. 2 seniors battling to get to the championship semifinals. Gavin Ware for the Tigers leads at 3-1.
Gavin's so used to being so aggressive. There's Ridge Smith on a low shot. Gavin blocks it and pushing the head away. Trying to get him. There he goes low. Gavin does for a double leg. Oh, wow. Through it and lifts it. Takes him to the mat for 2.
And it's 5-1. Gavin Ware, with 30 seconds to work, leads it by 4. He's got him flattened out right now on the mat. Ridge Smith ranked 4th in the state, a senior from Columbus, and Gavin Ware in control, up 5-1. 19 to work.
Gavin staying heavy and staying behind the hips, trying to put a bunch of weight on him. Smith kind of works his way up now. He's peeling on Gavin's hands, and Gavin cuts him.
There's an escape, but that's because Gavin Ware gave it to him. Down to 3 seconds left. 2 seconds, and Gavin Ware is headed to the championship semifinals in a really great matchup here in the second round. He wins it 5-2.
Great match by Gavin. He kind of got up there and just stayed on top of it. That tire double leg really kind of iced it for him there with about 40 seconds remaining.
He went down, had the double leg, and Smith countered with his hips, as Gavin had done earlier, and Gavin just exploded with a force that took him up off the mat and then down to the mat for the 2-point takedown, and as Benny said, really secured that match. So Rhett Coppice and Gavin Ware will be wrestling in the championship semifinals. When this round wraps up, they'll go right into the consolation first round, and that will feature both Parker Tholstrup and Reed Knitter for the Tigers. We'll have those live when they're set to go. They'll go right into that following this round. But again, Rhett Coppice wins by fall at 106, and Gavin Ware, a 5-2 winner against the 4th-ranked wrestler in the state, is headed to the semifinals later on this evening. Stay with us. We'll continue coverage when they're ready to go with the Consolation Tigers. Parker Tholstrup and Reed Knitter will bring you back to Salina. Good afternoon once again from Salina, along with now our studio engineer, Bernie Vancella. Benny Wallace with us, Rocky Downing on a Friday opening day of the state championships. If you're just getting a chance to join us, let's get you caught up to date. We're in the consolation round right now. The first round of consolation bracket. It will feature 2 Clay-Center Tigers. Parker Tholstrup lost to Christian Rowe 9-3 in the opening round. He will now take on Garrett Smith, a junior at 22-16 out of Spring Hill. Reed Knitter lost in his first matchup against Lawson Henry of Holton in a 1-0 thriller. Knitter now takes on Brady McDonald, who is from Chanute, 27-11, a sophomore. So those matches are coming up in this round. And then the next round following this, the championship semifinals, will be featuring 2 Clay-Center Tigers at 106 pounds, Rhett Coppice, and then at 195 pounds, Gavin Ware will be wrestling in the championship semifinals. We're about ready for Parker Tholstrup to take the match. And, again, he is wrestling at 120 pounds. This is survive and advance, or your season comes to a close in this round. It's always an exciting round to try to survive and get a chance to come back and wrestle tomorrow.
That's right. So you got to give it all right now, and Parker's about ready to check in, and there he runs out to the middle of the mat, puts the red leg band on, and he's ready to go.
It is a 1-minute first period in the consolation round. Most probably know that, but just kind of remind you that situation, and we are underway. Bolster, good double leg in early, but he's countered on and almost put to his back. Now they both scramble out of bounds, and no point either way. Wow, what a start.
It was. It was a deep start, and Garrett Smith just head-wrenched him back and took him to his back, and Parker scrambled out, and luckily they went on out of bounds.
Now they lock up, front headlock by Parker.
Parker's got that underhook with the left side and the front headlock. Now he releases that and cuts away.
38 seconds to work, first period. No score as of yet.
There's that first 1 minute period now, again on the count on the backside, so a short first period.
Right on the edge, they wrestle, locked up. 25 seconds to work. Now they break apart, and Parker backs up into the center of the ring.
Those wrestlers have about the same build, I mean, the height-wise and everything, so Parker goes to that front underhook on the left side and front headlock and does it again. Nothing there.
Down to 9 seconds remaining.
Trying to get into a position there and kind of stepped up like he wanted to throw a head and arm, and it wasn't there, so he backed out of that. There he reaches around by the back leg, but then the time runs out.
In good position throughout, though, and a couple of good shots by Parker Tholstrup. Just neither were able to finish it off, and so we head to period number 2, scoreless.
Smith did have a pretty good match the first round. He wrestled the number 1 wrestler and went all the way with him. He got beat 10-0, but it's taken the number 1 all the way to the end. So
yeah, it says something, without a doubt. He's a junior.
Parker will start on the bottom, and he comes to his feet, comes up, feels the hand, and gets away. Goes right into that underhook with the front headlock, trying to milk him down, trying to milk him. It's not there yet.
Leads 1-0, though. Good escape early. Now he reaches for the leg. Near the edge. Now he's picked up and taken down as he was reaching down to get the leg of his opponent, Smith. Smith was able to counter and take him down right on the edge. It's 2-1 now. Tholstrup trails by a point.
Parker had that front headlock and reached around for the leg and was trying to milk the head down, but what happened was Smith kind of raised his head up and came all the way up and came around for the takedown.
And Reed Knitter also wrestling in this round. We'll keep an eye on when he will take the mat in this consolation round. Back underway. Tholstrup now trailing 2-1. 1:22 to work in this second period.
Parker gets broke down, but then he gets his hips and gets them right back up. So now he's trying to work his way to where he can get into a standing position, and he gets flat down again.
So they'll start to work his base back up. 1:06 to go in the second period. Down 2-1. Parker Tholstrup.
Garrett Smith trapping the right ankle of Parker, and he's trying to work on an inside cradle now. He pulls him back. Parker grabs the leg and kind of rolls right with him. Hasn't given anything up, but here he is. He's giving up a couple of back points.
And wow.
Wow.
It was hard to see from here, but you and I both thought we saw a gap between his right shoulder and the mat, and the pin was called very, very quickly. So Parker Tholstrup is going to take a loss by fall here in the consolation round. It's going to end his season. But what a freshman season for Parker.
It really was. You know, it's too bad that pin happened so fast because he just slapped the mat pretty quick because Parker was just kicking out of it, and it looked like he was gotten away, and just a bad situation.
So Parker Tholstrup, first-time state qualifier, a freshman, third place at regionals last week. He's going to lose here by fall. Again, that will end his season for the Clay Center Tigers. Next up will be Reed Knitter. He is going to be coming up on mat number 4. So we'll see what the timing on that one is. They are just maybe beginning the second period, it looks like. And so we'll have a chance to take a break here. Stay with us. We'll come back and get you set up for what's next. Reed Knitter will be going at 138 pounds. Good afternoon. We bring you back again to Salina as we get set for Reed Knitter to go at 138 pounds. And they just about to wrap up the match before his, and now they've gone to a blood timeout, so they may be a little bit longer than we first anticipated. But Reed's been here before. Last year, he state qualified as well, and he lost in the opening round, came back, had a win by fall on the backside to advance to Saturday before seeing his weekend close down. And he wrestled really well in the first match of the day, Benny. A 1-0 loss against a really good wrestler, number 4 ranked Lawson Henry.
Yeah, we were just talking about it on the break that, we think that if he wrestles as good this time as he did in the first match, he should come out of this okay, but it's going to still be a tough match, and it'll be coming up here in about 48 seconds.
Yeah, they're about to get that one back underway, and so as soon as that wraps up, we'll have Reed Knitter set to go. Let's get a quick timeout. Back in 30 seconds. Reed Knitter taking them at 138.
Robbins Motor Company of Manhattan is a proud supporter of Tiger Wrestling. February means it's time for their annual Truck Month sale. It's Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. Test drive a new 2018 Ram truck. It's the longest-lasting truck in America. Now plans to move with deep Truck Month discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See their complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com. See them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Good luck, Tiger Wrestlers.
Experience is one of the best teachers in the world of auto mechanics. The guys at Hundley's Garage, Gary and Larry, have a wealth of knowledge from their many years of experience. They are certified TechNet mechanics and can perform dependable repair and maintenance on all of your family's vehicles. Their skill at finding and fixing the problem will have you back on the road as soon as possible. Stop by 321 Grant Street in Clay Center or call Hundley's Garage at 632-5212.
Well, we bring you back to where we were just a moment ago. Another blood timeout. They're working on one of the wrestlers in the match before, Reed Knitter. Again, if you've missed this earlier at 120 pounds, we just had Parker Tholstrup take a loss by fall. It was a very quick pin called against him in a 2-1 match that had gone back and forth, and so really unfortunate to have that happen at that point, but it does end his weekend. The Tigers have Rhett Coppice and Gavin Ware still to wrestle in the championship semifinals tonight. After this round is over, they are taking a 10-minute break, probably clean the mats real quickly, and then they'll go right back into the championship semifinals. Those will be wrestled on 2 mats during that time. And so we still have Reed Knitter here in this consolation round. But that kind of sets the stage for what's still to come on KCLY this afternoon and into this evening. They are about ready to get the match, I think, back underway. Still doing some cleanup, Dustin.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Parker. That thing was so quick, and we were talking about it, and it's just too good of wrestlers at this point in the stage to call a fast pin like that. And he just barely touched his back and got slapped. And those things, to me, are pretty unfair when you're at this level. You should have the opportunity to, because he came right out of that, kicked out and busted away, and bam, he'd already hit the mat. And it was more or less a freestyle type pin.
And at 24 seconds in the match prior to Reed Knitter. So as soon as that goes final, we will have Reed on the mats and a chance to go here at 138 pounds. And then the semifinals again later on, Rhett Coppice, who has really been impressive, pinning his way into the semifinals. He'll wrestle against the number 2 ranked wrestler in the state, Cruz Lara. Brett is ranked number 3 in the state at 106. And then at 195, Gavin Ware will be taking on Nathan Kaufman in the semifinals. Gavin is number 2 ranked in the state. He won 5-2 over the 4th ranked wrestler, Rich Smith, out of Columbus in the quarters. And that the match before Reed Knitters now has gone final, so we are about ready for the junior for the Tigers to take on a junior on the other side of the mat. Brady McDonald is out of Chanute. He is 6th ranked in the state at 27-11. A sophomore, I should say. Sophomore. Reed is a junior at 28-17.
Chanute always puts together a pretty strong team, so we know that Reed's going to have to wrestle well here to win this match. At any point in this time in this weekend, you're going to have to wrestle well. If you don't, you're going to end up getting beat. So Reed putting the red leg band on there in the center, shaking hands, and here we go.
Consolation first round, Reed Knitter, 138 pounds. Again, we say this often, but he does have some good length on his opponent. Shot in at the single leg by his opponent, but he blocks it off. Now they lock up in the standing position.
Brady McDonald kind of did an arm drag into a shot, and Reed did a good job of blocking it off. Now McDonald shoots on an outside single. Reed pulls that off and brings it up, and now they're on the edge of the mat. There they're out.
They whistle it to a stop with 32 seconds left in the 1-minute first period here in the consolation round.
Brady McDonald a lot lower level, and right now he goes low on double leg. Reed does a good job of hitting a switch, cuts it off. Now he cuts across, gets the 2-point takedown. Nice job there by Reed because Brady McDonald was deep on him, and Reed just went ahead right into a switch and came out on top.
Saw that in the first match of the day for Reed. He fought off a couple, didn't get points out of it like he did this time. He leads 2-0 down.
5 seconds left, and McDonald tries to roll through. Reed hangs on and gets through the first period, leading 2-0.
Coin toss, and it will be deferred by Knitter to the Chanute wrestler, and McDonald takes down with a 2-0 Reed-Knitter lead to begin the second period.
McDonald was working his way to almost do an escape there at the end of the first, so he chose down. So Reed will start on the right side, goes to an underhook and kind of rolls him right on through. Tight waist, he's trying to break him down. McDonald comes to his feet, peels the hands, and hits right to his shot. He gets an escape. Reed blocks that, has an underhook on the left side.
Knitter leads 2-1 now. Second period action, minute 40 to work.
Reed trying to jack that underhook up and get him up a little bit higher because McDonald just keeps himself really, really low.
A shorter wrestler to begin with. Yeah, then he goes to a low level as he's wrestling. And again, a shot in by McDonald.
This time he got it. He's going right into a half, so Reed's going to have to really work at trying to get out of this.
Getting back points is McDonald of Chanute. Knitter in some trouble, trying to belly down.
Reed almost kicked out of it, but he didn't get away from it in time. I think he gave up a couple of back points.
Got a chicken wing in there. McDonald does for Chanute. Knitter working underneath, but he is bellied down. They have not awarded the back points at this time, but it's 3-2, and then there'll be some back points for McDonald.
I think he's still got the chicken wing on that other far side, and he's trying to work it and trying to get Reed pulled back over again. Reed's so flexible that his arm comes all the way up, and they call potentially dangerous. No back points there.
They have not awarded any, no.
Well, he would have right there when the whistle blew, so there will be none awarded. So Reed's now 2-3.
Down by 1, 40 seconds to go, second period back underway. Tries to hit a switch off the whistle start. McDonald keeps him to the mat right now. 3-2, Knitter trailing, 30 seconds remain, second period.
And McDonald started on the right side and tried to just chop him, and Reed tried to hit a switch to the left and didn't quite get it for form. So now McDonald trying to follow, and just Reed came to his feet. McDonald just heel tripped him back down to the mat, covered.
12 seconds left, second period. Knitter down 3-2. It'll be his choice to begin the third period.
McDonald does a hard cross face, and he's trying to get that turn, and he comes out of that, goes into a half. There's the end of the second.
In the second period with Knitter down 3-2.
Reed uses the bottom. He's down by 1. He's been ridden pretty hard that whole period, so he's going to have to really work at scrambling out of this. He is very good at scrambles. He reaches back for a switch and gets blocked now. McDonald shoots that half and tries to run it, but Reed's peeling it off.
Just underway third period. Knitter down by 1. A hard crossface again by McDonald of Chanute, trying to go to a cradle right now, but
that's good. Reed's got the hand. He's got the hand, and he's hanging on to it now. He lets go. Reed knows where he's at. He's down by 1. He's got a minute and 30 seconds left. McDonald switches to the right side, shoots the half again, covering his hips really well, and Reed keeps trying to get away from it, and he just keeps covering them.
A minute 20 left in the match, down by 1. Knitter. The official got down low, almost as if to say, I'm guessing McDonald needs to do something besides staying behind.
He's dug in that chicken wing. He tries to get it tilt. He got a 1 flash there, so we haven't given up any backs. We can't give up any back points right now at this stage in the game. We got 1 minute left here.
Over.
Yep, there's a 2 flash.
53 seconds remaining.
McDonald's got the chicken wing in. He's got that hand, and he's just tilted Reed's what he's done with it. Now he's trying to tilt him again. They go all the way out of bounds, but he does get 2 points back.
So it'll be Knitter down 5-2 with just 43 seconds left in the final period. He's got to be underneath. He can get to his feet, be within a takedown.
Got to get that escape. He's got to get up and get going. There's the whistle start. He just kind of keeps his base. McDonald hooks a leg in. Reed tries to underhook it. He's under the leg. Now he's going to try to hip heist through. He's got to Try and get his leg switched over.
28 seconds left.
There he does it. Now he's got
reversal. So he's down by 1.
He's got 22 seconds to get back points or cut him and get a takedown.
They roll through, unable to get him to his back. 15 seconds left. Knitters within 1.
There goes to the half, the far side. He's trying to work that half in and trying to get him to turn.
5 seconds. And, of course, Chanute, wrestler's not going to give him anything. And that is going to finish it 1 point shy of advancing to tomorrow for Reed Knitter, the junior.
That's too bad. He got them 2 back points against him, and they really hurt him right there with about a minute remaining there in the third.
So the Tigers are down to the 2 championship semifinal wrestlers for the weekend. Reed Knitter, Parker Tholstrup with losses here in the consolation round. See their seasons come to a close. Again, another great year for Knitters, 2-time state qualifier, but a loss to the 6th-ranked wrestler from Chanute, Brady McDonald, in the 5-4 fashion. We'll take you back to the studios. We'll do the best we can to update you on timing, but once this round is over, they'll take a 10-minute break. Of course, Rhett Coppice will go very quickly at 106 pounds in the semifinals, and then a little bit later on for Gavin Ware, 106 and 195, those weight classes. We'll take you back again to KCLY from the state championships in Salina. And we do say good evening from Salina, the 4A state championships into the championship semifinal round. Of course, we'll have Rhett Coppice getting set to go here at 106 pounds, and then Gavin Ware at 195 pounds. They are down to 2 mats. They'll wrestle each weight class. Both matches must go final before they'll move to the next weight class. So a little bit longer round coming up and an exciting one. This is a chance to wrestle under the spotlight tomorrow night.
It sure is, and Rhett's going to have to put together a really good match here. He can do it. He's been wrestling really well, right. So pretty exciting time right here at the Tony's Pizza
Event Center. You got it, Benny. Look at us go. We haven't messed that up more than once or twice thus far. Here in Salina, the Tigers' Rhett Coppice at 106. He's going to wrestle a wrestler he wrestled early in the season against Bonner Springs. He lost 8-1 in that match, so they know each other. Probably have had a pretty good scout on what this guy is going to do. And as Benny said, Rhett has wrestled extremely well. 2 pins already here in the state championships.
Here we have the Rhett ranked 3rd at state, and our opponents ranked 2nd. So great matchup here.
Cruz Lara 35-5, and we are underway. Rhett Coppice here for the Clay Center Tigers championship semifinal match.
Rhett shoots for that outside single. He misses twice. He really is being aggressive. Now he goes for the other side, gets it lifted up. He's trying to run the pipe on it. Trying to stay in behind. They hit the mat. Rhett's in behind, but right now Cruz has got his leg. Now he rolls through, and Cruz comes out on top. Still no points given.
Have a leg, I think, Rhett. Now he gives that up, and he will fall behind 2-0.
What a scramble right there. Looked like Rhett was going to come out on top, and Cruz kind of comes around, spins through, grabs an arm coming through, and gets the 2-point takedown.
So now working from underneath, and again, trailing 2-0. Rhett Coppice here at 106. Guaranteed a medal at the state championships, whether it's for first place or in that consolation semifinal tomorrow afternoon.
Cruz has got a crossbody right in. He's got that leg in. He's trying to get the forearm. That won't let him have it, so now Rhett's trying to base up. Official talking to him to work, and he's going to need to do something. Rhett's got a hold of him. He should be calling a stalemate here before too long.
2 officials working the mats. They have been throughout the day. Down to 40 seconds first period. Coppice trails 2-0, and there is that stalemate.
Rhett goes back to center. 39 seconds left here in the first. Down by 2. He needs to maybe get an escape here on the last 40 seconds of this first period.
Get on the board. He got his to his feet very quickly, but lifted and driven back down into the mat by Lara out of Bonner Springs. Number 2 ranked in the state. Rhett, number 3 ranked. Now we've got
legal hold.
So
potentially dangerous.
No, it is a legal hold. They just awarded the point.
Cruz's coach wanted an explanation. I think he maybe got a hold of the headgear and pulled on it a little bit. So Rhett's got a point there for an illegal hold on him. So now he's 30 seconds left. He's down 1-2.
Chance for an escape here to tie it down to 24 seconds. Brett Coppice for the Tigers down 2-1.
Brett come right to his feet again. Cruz just lifted him like a bag of potato chips and just took him back to the mat. Pretty impressive for this freshman.
Brett, a sophomore,
but trying to cut across and get underneath that leg. Now Cruz trying to do a tilt on him. Brett's staying pretty solid base, and there's the end of the first.
Coin toss. Choice to the Bonner Springs wrestler, and he will defer. So Red Coppice says, so we're going to go back on our feet. So they go neutral to start the second period, down 2-1.
We thought Red had that first takedown after a scramble. He ended up on the losing end of that, but now he's got a front headlock. He's trying to milk that down. Now he goes to the outside single, has to work himself up and wrap the waist.
2-1, Coppice down by 1, a minute 50 to work. We're in the second period.
Cruz got a hold of Red's left wrist, and he just couldn't get nothing to get away from it, so he couldn't use it for any kind of a leverage, and that's all. Cruz is just holding that wrist, and that's all he's done so far.
Now they whistle him outside the circle, and back to center they come. A minute 35 to go, second period. Red Coppice back into action.
Brett feels really good on his feet, so you've seen him take down a lot of people before. Right now, Cruz grabs that wrist and goes into a rush and tie. He's trying to tie up Brett, trying to keep him occupied.
A minute 18, second period. Still has the 2-on-1. He's working on Coppice, trying to get the wrist free. Now a shot single leg underneath by Lara, and he's going to end up with a 2-point takedown against Red.
A 2-on-1 on Red's left hand, and all of a sudden he shot around and the far leg and got that outside single.
Now under a minute to go, second period, and Coppice trails 4-1.
Cruz puts that leg in again. He's cross-body riding, and he's trying to get the far leg lifted too. It's not there. Red blocks it. So Red's just trying to keep his elbows in, tucked in tight, keep from getting a cheap kill dog against him.
36 seconds to work in the second period. Red Coppice trailing here 4-1. Now you can see his legs out, almost a sit-out. And back in control is Cruz Lara. Now to his feet is Coppice, lifted again off the mat and put back down.
Official kind of getting on Cruz again, telling him to work, and he finally just kind of let him go, and then Red come to his feet, but he just lifted him, brought him back down to the mat.
11 seconds in the second period. Coppice trailing here 4-1. Cruz is unable to get up.
Exactly right. Cruz is kind of grinding on him, just staying and covering, just trying to pretty much waste time.
Until we go to the final 2 minutes, Coppice will trail 4-1, and his opponent is going to take down in this final 2 minutes.
So it's going to have to put something together here, a little scoring. Going to try and get him stopped, which he does right away. I think Cruz is pretty good at wasting time, so he's going to cover pretty hard. Brett's got a double chicken wing. It looks like he's trying to get in there.
Got the one chicken wing caught, and he's trying to get the far side away from us. I can't really tell what he's got in there. Riding on top. He does have a double chicken wing in, though.
Cruz got wingspan with his legs, let's say, because he's really trying to stay flat. Brett trying to get them double chicken wings in and trying to get him to turn. Cruz just not letting him allow him to do that so far.
Just flattened out. Red Coppice working from side to side. Trying to dig in a little deeper. Now he goes from the left side to the right side. Trying to walk it over.
Brett's got it hooked up. He's just trying like heck to get it done right now. Cruz just breaks the double chicken wing. He grabs Red's left leg, and now Red's going to be scrambled to try to keep from getting scored on here.
Down 4-1, Coppice here in the third period. He almost had him turned over.
Cruz kind of coming around. He gets his head through. Red's going to get in trouble here.
And now we've got a potentially dangerous. They're going to stop the action. We may have blood, and they will stop it. And that's a break for Red Coppice. He had that double chicken wing in. He was close to stepping. He was working so hard from right side to left side, back to right side, and back and forth, and just couldn't get him turned over. And then he got in kind of a pickle. And now he finds himself with the blood timeout still down 4-1.
Cruz really had them legs spread out as far as he could get him for a base, and just almost dared him to try to turn him. And then when he kind of almost started doing it, he finally get his arms loose and then reach back and got a hold of the leg and almost got a reversal.
The blood timeout is for his opponent, Cruz Lara, out of Bonner Springs, who again beat Brett earlier this season, first tournament of the year, 8-1.
Brett just had a little blood on him. They're getting that cleaned off and then getting it stopped on Cruz. So,
again, down to 2 mats. There's 4 mats on the floor right now, but 2 of those are warm-up mats, and then only 2 are used for the semifinals here in the championship round.
Here we go back to center. Cruz takes a down position. Rhett's going to get on top.
4-1 with 44 seconds now left in the match.
Needs something pretty big right here. He's going to go again with that chicken wing. Now he goes for a spiral ride. He's trying to get that inside and get him broke down. Cruz kind of tripods up, and Brett gets him broke down.
30 seconds left in the match. Down 4-1. Trying to find a way to turn him. He's got him stretched out, but
Brett doing a good job covering the hips and keeping him broke down. He's trying to get him to get a half in.
A stall warning on his opponent. Coffis down 4-1, trying to find a way to get some back points here. 10 seconds left, still working hard.
He's got double underhooks there. He goes to a half, and he can't get him turned there. Switches, goes to the other side. Keeps grinding on him.
And that'll be the buzzer. And a tough one for Red Coffis, number 2 ranked, number 3 ranked. Coffis will lose a 4-1 decision.
Good battle. Tough battle. Cruz sold out pretty good, but he scored enough points that he just couldn't get him turned.
So Coffis will not wrestle until the 3rd round tomorrow, and that'll be in the consolation semifinals. So he's guaranteed a medal here at the state championships, but won't get the opportunity to go for a title. Instead, will wrestle tomorrow afternoon in the 3rd round, the consolation semifinal round. We're going to take you back to the studios. It'll be quite an extended break now, as they are just now wrestling 113. Again, they are down to 2 mats. They'll wrestle the weight class they're on. They will not move to the next weight class until both those matches, the semifinals of the weight class, are wrapped up. So be a little while,
strong 30, 40 minutes.
I would think so, yeah. But we will be back and with you live and bring you Gavin Ware in the semifinals in Class 4A at 195 when he's ready to go in Salina. And good evening. Welcome back again for a state championship wrestling here on KCLY, the Clay Center Tigers. One final match for this opening day of the state championships. Gavin Ware will be up in about 30 seconds, a match about to go final before he gets a chance to take the mat at 195 pounds. The Tigers thus far have seen Parker Tholstrup and Reed Knitter take 2 losses today. They wrestled well, but came out on the short end and see their weekend and season come to a close. Brett Coppis made this round, the championship semifinals. He lost a battle against a wrestler from Bonner Springs. He'll be in the consolation semifinals tomorrow afternoon. And we have Gavin Ware yet to wrestle in the championship semifinals, and they are just about to check in and go. And Gavin has wrestled extremely well once again today, Benny.
He really has. He's put a couple of good matches together, and he's got to do another one right now.
We are ready to go. He's actually on the mat and set to work here at 195 pounds. He is matched up in the semifinal against Nathan Kaufman, 27-12, a senior who won 3-1 to get to this matchup. Gavin Ware had a win by fall his first match and 5-2 winner the last match. There's the fireman we know and love. He isn't able to finish it on the first move, but a good shot in there by Gavin.
Yeah, he kind of backed out of it, was going to go to a single, and then just kind of got stopped. This young man that he's wrestling, pretty stout kid. There's the fireman, and he gets the 2-point takedown.
So Ware is up 2-0, just 20 seconds into the match, and now works to right on top.
Yeah, I'm staying real tight and knee in the hole. Now he's trying to get that arm in. We know he loves to get that hammer locked in. Trying to get that work back. Now he does a jerk back. He misses it. Nope, he got it. He got it. Got the jerk back. He got the head. He's in good place there. There it is.
Tiger pin for Gavin Ware. He'll wrestle for the title tomorrow night at 195 pounds, and that is a quick stick, a Tiger pin with 1:17 still to go first period.
Awesome jerk back. He covered the head. I thought he was going to miss it. Thought his opponent was going to just kind of weasel his way out of it, but he got the hold of the head and got a quick fall here to start to get into that final round.
Lights out by Gavin Ware. The beast is into the championship. We will see who he's matched up against. On the other side of the mat, of course, Braden Morgan out of El Dorado. The only 3 losses Ware has had has been to Morgan, including his past week at the regional championship matchup. And he will wrestle in the finals tomorrow when they get down to 1 mat. So we've got 2 medal winners we know. Brett Koppas is guaranteed to be in the top 6. He will wrestle in the consolation semifinals tomorrow. That's the 3rd round of the day. We have no one in the first 2 rounds. That begins at 9 a.m. So there's the cross-bracketing, then the consolation quarters, and then the consolation semifinals where Brett Koppas is going to be wrestling, and then the championship match at 195 tomorrow evening featuring Gavin Ware. Good stuff.
Great stuff. He was out on a mission and took care of business and got things done, and now he can move on to the finals.
He will match up tomorrow in the championship at 195 pounds. That is going to wrap up our coverage here on day 1 from Salina in the 4A state championships. For Benny Wallace, our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Sports Friday. About set to go. They have cleared the mats, and Tiger wrestlers checking in right now. Red Koppas will be on mat number 1. His matchup against the Marysville Bulldogs here, Isaac Novotny. They've met 3 times prior. We've mentioned that before, but it is worth noting that it has been a 4-1 victory in the Invitational in Clay Center, 9-5 in the 4-1 in the duel, 9-5 in the Invitational, and then a win by fall last weekend in the regional championship. So just about to go here at 106 pounds. Red Koppas for the Clay Center Tigers, the consolation semifinals, and they are underway.
Brett starts out. He's going to be wearing green this time, so he's got a collar tie. There's that front headlock. He melts it down, trying to reach through for that leg. A lot of times he'll wrap to that back leg right now. Hasn't had that opportunity yet.
Great position, though, still on top with the front headlock.
Still milking that headlock down. Got his head in good position now. Stalemate's called, and they go back to center.
Had a good shot in there and was patient about it. Didn't want to overdo something. Now they go back in head-to-head.
Well, you mentioned they've met several times before, so his opponent knows what he wants to do, and he's getting better at defending that.
Agreed. Of course, a 1-minute first period. There's a shot in by Novotny, and he works in behind. He's close to getting a takedown.
Brett's got that whizzer in. He's staying hard on. They're about out of bounds. They're out of bounds. So
good strength by Red Koppas to be able to get the whizzer in, as Benny said, and then just kind of keep lifting and moving and scooting until they got outside the circle.
That's a smart move right there because you know where you're at. You know you're a little bit in trouble. You just got to keep moving, and get to that edge. Right now, Red's trying to get something here in the last few seconds, and there's the end of the first period.
0-0 tie through the 1-minute first period. Coin toss and choice to the Bulldogs. He defers, and Red Koppas will take the down position to begin the second period.
That starts down. His opponent gets on the left side. Whistle start. Brett flips the left arm up and stands up to his feet. He's peeling hands. There's a switch off his feet and gets followed back down to the mat. So still down in the mat.
2 sophomores going head-to-head, and now we've got a point awarded to Koppas. An illegal hold. Locked hands, was that what it was?
Yeah, it looked like it was locked in. So
Koppas leads at 1-0, just 9 seconds into the first period, and still working from underneath. So if he can get that escape, it's just a point added to after getting the penalty point awarded.
Novotny right now has got the right ankle tied up, and he doesn't let go of it since the whistle started, and that's been 30 seconds in. Finally lets go of it. Had a crossface on him. Brett's kind of gotten broke down. He's trying to get his base back, but Novotny covering his hips very hard.
Now he gets his wrists free. Novotny works back in and just out to the side, but he's really got those hips in heavy. Now Brett to his feet.
Brett tripoded up. He come to his feet. He's peeling hands. There he gets the escape.
2-0. Koppas leads it. 1:09 to go, second period. Consolation semifinals.
Brett really needs a takedown here. A minute left. There's a deep shot in by the Marysville wrestler, Novotny. Brett's trying to hang on to the ankles on the backside. He hangs on long enough, they'll stalemate this.
Now he's trying to break the leg, it almost looks like. Novotny still scooting forward. Now back on his hips. Koppas still hanging onto the leg.
There, Novotny wraps the waist, so now Red's in a little bit of trouble, but he hasn't given anything up yet. Now he's trying to cut across it. Nothing's given. Brett's trying to get...
And now the 2-point takedown given to Novotny.
I don't know why. Rhett was still in the same position. Now Rhett's going to get a reversal. It was too quick to be called, but now he's getting back points also.
So Coppice regains the lead with 18 to work second period and getting some back points. Almost has him turned to his back.
Got the half, man. It's pretty deep.
They're taking a look. 9 seconds left. The official down close. There it is. A Tiger pin for Rhett Coppice. He'll wrestle in the consolation finals at 106 pounds.
Nice job to not get really too crazy there because he'd gotten taken down, and it really didn't look like a takedown, but he just stayed calm about it, came around the backside, went right into that half, and got the pin.
And, you know, that's a big part of the middle side of this sport because you could have gotten frustrated that they gave the 2 points, and instead he just kept working where he was at because he was in great position.
They knew he was really close to coming out of there and being on top, and like I say, I thought they gave him 2 points too quick, but we got the reversal back and then got the pin. So great match by Rhett.
Rhett Coppice will wrestle for third place here at the state championships. He will have either a wrestler from Basel Linwood or Augusta in that third place consolation final. That'll be the next round coming up. These rounds will go fairly quickly with formats going, and they go next available. So we'll continue to post, keep you updated on when that match will come up. But when Rhett Coppice set to wrestle for third place at state, we'll have you back live here in Salina. And once again, we welcome you back here to the 4A State Championships, along with Benny Wallace, our studio engineer, Bernie Pancella. We're joined now by the Beast, Gavin Ware, getting set for one final match in this great Tiger career that you've had, Gavin, coming up tonight in the championship at 195 pounds. Talk about getting here and knowing that you got one last chance to go for that state title tonight. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's very exciting, yeah, big time. You guys, the coach was talking about you earlier. You wrestled JV as a freshman, had a great freshman year, though, he talked about. Then you go in as a sophomore, you qualify, you take sixth. Last year you jumped up to fourth as a junior. I know coming into the season you had on your target list being in this spotlight match. Now that you've taken care of that business, what's the thoughts from a senior knowing you got one final match to wrestle?
I'm just trying not to overthink it. It's just another match, and I've watched this film with this dude about 1,000 times. Almost 3 of my matches I've watched this year has been to this person.
Right.
But each one has been a better match. So I got a game plan, and I'm good.
That's a great point. You stepped it up each time. You gotten closer. It's time to knock on through. Talk about the quarterfinal match that you guys had. We talked about it going in. It was going to be a tough one. It's a great wrestler. You just came out and took care of business, though, in that thing, won at 5-2. What was the matchup? What was the toughest part of that matchup for you?
Oh, probably getting off bottom. That guy was a really good top rider. I knew whoever won that quarterfinal match was probably going to be in the finals.
Right.
It was just how the regionals got seeded up, and we just had a tougher match in the quarterfinals, and it is what it is, but I feel all right.
You got it done. It's a big key. How about Rhett Coppice getting set to go, and the sophomore, his first trip to state, headed out to the consolation finals? He had a great weekend, hadn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing awesome this year. He's doing awesome this tournament, and I can't wait to watch what he's about to do.
Well, we're getting close. I'm going to let you go get prepped for your championship match. Your thoughts, since it's kind of unique this year, they've changed the format, drawing for the starting time. You like that? You get to wrestle quicker, I guess.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt me too much because I always start warming up around 145, 152, and they do it at 145. So right when they start, I'll start pacing and doing my thing.
I like it. We keep an eye on you pacing down there, getting ready to go. It's fun to see you get prepared for those matches. Go get them one last time, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for coming up here. We really appreciate it. Gavin Ware, the Beast, the senior, wrestles for the state title at 195 pounds. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, and Rhett Coppice is about ready to go at 106. Consolation finals about to go. Really appreciate Gavin Ware coming up and visiting with us. What a great senior to represent the Tigers here on the mat, huh? Good stuff. Rhett Coppice taking the mat at 106 pounds for third place here in the state championships, and we are underway. Rhett is matched up against the sixth-ranked wrestler in the state, Dawson Lambert of Basel Linwood. Little head slapping there from Lambert. Now he goes in for a double leg, blocked off. Single leg counter by Rhett Coppice. In pretty deep.
Let's get that outside single. Now he goes right to the head. Comes around behind, gets the 2-point takedown.
So a 2-0 start for Coppice, and working on top right now, kind of hidden by the score clock from where we're at. Now I can see he's riding. Good shape, up 2-0, 30 seconds left first period.
Dawson Lambert came out, heavy-handed. He really was on Rhett's head just kind of banging hard, and Rhett said, okay, I'll just do this outside single and take you to the mat. Thought he was going to come up there with the half and take him.
I did too.
Back, but he just missed it and instead came around back to cover. He's covering the hips really good right now, trying to get them hands, working them hard. This 1 minute period goes by so fast.
And any points you can get are big. And Rhett up 2-0 with now 1 second left, and that will finish that first period. So great start for Rhett Coppice here for third place.
Good to see him ride that out, too, because he got that takedown pretty early, and he rode him throughout that whole period.
Choice to Lambert of Baser Linwood, and he will choose top. He wants to see if he can ride and turn Rhett Coppice.
Well, he's already figured out he's gotten taken down. He's gotten ridden pretty hard. So now
try something else.
See if he can, what he's going to be able to do. Rhett needs to get away from him pretty quick. He comes straight to his feet and grabs inside leg as he's coming up. Now he's kind of scrambling. He's back down on the mat, but he scrambled around. He still has a leg and a single. Now he's going to do a cut double. He's trying to lift. He does and gets another 2-point reversal.
So 4-0 Coppice with the reversal early in the second period. 1:40 left. He leads 4-0.
About said another 2-point takedown, but he felt like he came up to his feet and it was a reversal. So
he got the half in right on the edge, but then they scooted out of bounds, so they'll come back to center.
We're looking really strong so far in this match and in pretty good control. Let's see if he can obtain that and just keep on grinding.
1:33 left in the second period, up 4-0. He rode really well in that first period and had a half in, as we mentioned, right near the edge, and he's got him broke down to the mat right now with 1:25 to go.
Whistle start. Dawson Lambert from Baser Linwood kind of did a little set out, and Rhett followed it around and came around the other side. Now he's really hard and staying heavy on him. Got his hips broke down, working the arms, shoulder right in the middle of the back, just driving him and grinding him into the mat.
4-0. Rhett Coppice leads it. Second period, 1:05 to work.
Rhett's working on them underhook, them underarms, and getting that wrist control. Now he's trying to pull one up and do a hammer and can't quite get it, so he starts to shoot a half on the left side.
Doesn't have it, kind of backs away. We've got a warning for stalling on his opponent underneath, who really has exposed nothing so far.
Yeah, sometimes that kind of wakes him up a little bit because he was just kind of just sitting there, and Rhett was just kind of burning time with him, saying, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And he kind of got him more excited, and Dawson kind of moved pretty quickly then and went on out of bounds.
4-0, Coppice on top, second period, 40 seconds to work. They go back to the whistle start in the middle with Coppice on top as he starts on that left side.
Coppice tight waist goes right there to the wrist. Looks like he's got a Lundy hooked up right now. Dawson peels one hand off, so Rhett kind of gets back to center, covers the hips, and works them wrists.
So we got the head buried in the middle of the back and heavy down on the hips. Again, you see nothing from his opponent, Lambert of Baser Linwood, getting up off the mat.
Rhett doing such a good job of staying on the hips, and he hadn't had to really come to the outside. There's a half to the side. Got it in pretty deep, but we're about out of time here.
Down to 5 seconds. Second period, he moves away from the half now, and that will end the second period. Rhett Coppice leads at 4-0.
Good work by Rhett. He kind of wanted to show that he was doing something, and moving side to side. Tucked that half in, but just couldn't get it turned, so he smartly pulled that thing back out and went back and covered.
Coppice has choice, and he will take the down position. He was able to get the reversal the last period from this spot, and we're underway in the third.
Whistle start, and Rhett comes straight to his feet. Dawson Lambert does a lift, a good lift, and brings him back to the mat. Now Dawson Lambert's trying to get a hammer lock in on Rhett, but he gets his arm back, so Rhett just covering. Dawson's on top, just pounding on his head, so he's going to get a penalty point for that. They just stopped the match.
The official is animatedly saying you cannot hit his head that way, and so that's why the penalty is explaining why the penalty point was awarded. Kind of humorous like to see him make that motion.
Official, he's in there giving him the business. That's what the emotion. Rhett comes straight to his feet and couldn't quite get away. Dawson brings him back with a heel trip to the mat. So Rhett trying to just stay covered up, keep in good position, don't give anything up.
He leads 5-0 with 90 seconds left in the match. And now a potentially dangerous called, and they'll stop and re-cue them in the middle.
We'll go back to center and pull that knee brace back up and get into position.
1:25 remains, third period. Coppice leading here 5-0.
Dawson starts on the right side. Whistle's kind of double tooted his whistle, so it's on the official will restart.
Just about ready to get back into position, and now we are back underway. They are wrestling 4 mats, 3rd and 4th place on 2 of the mats, 5th and 6th on the other 2.
Dawson started on the left side, but then he moved to the right side, then he locked his hands, so Rhett's going to get a penalty point for this also, so now leads 6-0.
And the Baser Linwood wrestler very frustrated as he goes back in on top. Compass to his feet, trying to hit a switch, turns around, gets the reversal, and he leads 8-0.
Great job by Rhett coming up this time, and he does a switch coming up off to his feet to the left side, comes right around and gets on top, and he's really bearing that shoulder in the middle of Dawson Lambert from Baser's back.
1 minute left in the match. Compass leads at 8-0.
Rhett's got that wrist, and he just lets it go, and then he covers the right side wrist and gets it. Looks like he's working towards a tilt or something, but he's just kind of staying in there covering him. That's really solid.
Well, and Lambert really keeping his arms underneath of him right now, not allowing anything. So Brett continues to work with that 8-0 lead.
Brett's going to need to bounce out to the side here, and they're probably going to get called here in just a few seconds, but the official's just letting him wrestle. This is the same official we watched last week. There it is, finally.
Stalemate.
And,
22 to work.
Slow on calling stalemate, which is good for us at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. Compass leads with 22 seconds left and an 8-0 lead.
Dawson Lambert from Baser looks over his coach like, what do you think? And he's like, you're down 8. I don't know. He's going to do something. Rhett does a whistle start. Dawson does a sit out. Rhett kind of didn't feel comfortable, so he cut him, let him go. Now he's back in on a deep single. It's like he's going to wrap the waist, and he should get 2 there.
There it is. 10-1 with 7 seconds left. The countdown on. He pops that out in great control. 1 second, and Rhett Compass is a 3rd-place finisher at the state championships, his first trip to state as a sophomore, and he takes 3rd, winning the consolation final.
He did it in fine fashion. He really wrestled well. We talked about it a little earlier. He peaking at the right time and really took that wrestler just 4-1 loss that he had against him, and that kid's a really good kid. He's going to be around a long time. So he just good job by Rhett.
Sophomore Rhett Compass, 35-4. He finishes the year. He was ranked 3rd in the state coming in. He finishes 3rd in the state at 106 pounds and really wrestled a great weekend. Last weekend as a regional champion. This weekend as a 3rd-place finisher at the state championships. Well, next up, we'll keep you posted on the timeline. When this round is over, they'll have an extended break to get the mats down to 1, the spotlight out, and the parade of champions before they wrestle the finals. And again, they are starting at the 145-pound weight class in that finals round. Gavin Ware will wrestle at 195. We'll have it live on KCLY.
Coach Brandon Pigorsz joining us here following that match prior to Gavin Ware's match. Talk about Rhett, what he accomplished really this season, but the last couple of weekends in particular.
Rhett had a good season. We knew last year after his freshman year, he had a really good season, won almost 30 matches, just was a little small for the weight class. So, like any top-level athlete would do, he put in his work in the off season. Wasn't happy with the way he finished last year, and I mean it showed through the whole season. He was able to put in a lot of time in the off season, and man, he really had a great season this year. Lots of falls for us, picked up lots of points in tournaments, and was really just a solid competitor for us all season. I had 3 pins here, in the state tournament, and with that, I may have had 4, but I know of at least 3 that he had and a major decision. So, 4 bonus matches out of 5 matches is a great weekend, and sometimes there's not a lot that separates 3rd and 2nd. So definitely, he was right there. I know he's not satisfied with 3rd. I know he'll take it. He wanted to be at the top, but that's just something we got to get back to. If he does another off season like last year, he's going to win it next year.
You got to love that attitude that came off of last year and going into next year as well. Speaking of good attitudes, Gavin Ware seems to be in a great place right now. We had a chance to talk with him on the air. He's got a big matchup. He addressed it. He brought it up himself. He's ready for this thing, I think, tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about certain situations and what we need to go out and take care of and do, and hopefully he can go out and execute it. I think his state of mind is good. This is his first experience in the state finals, so going to be some nerves, and it's a first experience for the other kid as well. So hopefully we can go out there, embrace the moment, and just get after it.
Not that far away. He's a sixth match of this championship round since they started at 145. Coach, I'll let you get back at it, but I will remind our listeners that the orange suits are back again. So new tradition, right?
Yeah, new tradition. Hopefully, get to wear this every year. I mean, it's not my personal favorite, but if it keeps the kids happy and it gets Tiger Nation fired up, I'm all about it.
Yeah, it's great to see the coaches supporting their guys. Gavin Ware goes at 195. We'll have that match on the air coming up before too long.
And we do welcome you back to the 4A State Championships here in Salina. Waiting for Gavin Ware to take the mat at 195 pounds. They are currently wrestling 170. They're in the late second period. Then they'll have the 182-pound weight class. Of course, they award the medal winners in between each of the matches. And then Gavin will take the mat at 195. So we're probably still 20 to 30 minutes out, unless the match ends early because of a pin of some sort. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Waiting pattern for Gavin Ware. On the hold, that's right. They are wrestling at 170 pounds currently. Again, when Gavin Ware is ready to go, we'll break into K-State Wildcat pregame. The Cats tip off at 5 o'clock in Norman against the Oklahoma Sooners. But we will have the match live and bring you back here to Salina when Gavin Ware is ready to go. Still a little ways away as he waits his chance to take the state championship finals match. They are currently wrapping up the award stand for the 152-pounders right now, and we are just about, or 160-pounders. They have just wrapped up the 182-pound weight class. Trey Horner of Abilene won his second straight state championship. That means, Benny, time for Gavin Ware to take the mat here at 195.
It's go time.
Gavin at 195 pounds, a state medal winner the last 2 years, sixth as a sophomore, fourth last year as a junior, and now his first trip onto the state championship finals mat, and he takes on the one wrestler that's had wins against Gavin this year. You know the story. 3 losses on the year for Ware. They've all been to Braden Morgan of El Dorado. This should be one heck of a heavy-duty matchup at 195, and we are underway. Gavin Ware in the state finals.
Both wrestlers start off just hand tie and little collar ties, and they kind of lock up a little bit, split apart. Now Morgan seems to be a little bit more aggressive, just trying to push Gavin around. If Gavin goes low, Morgan catches him, turns to his back.
We're trying to
get out of here, but it's not a good feel at all, folks. He's got a full half Nelson in on him. Gavin's working hard to get out, but he can't quite get there.
Trying to kick, and there's a pin early.
Just Morgan.
Just turned in a spot, and Braden Morgan was able to catch him, and once he got in that position, there just was nowhere to go.
Just flat got caught. That's all there is to it.
So Gavin Ware, a tremendous career, as I said earlier, a second-place finish here at state. He is a 3-time state placer in 4A in the state championships and a runner-up state championship second place here this year for Gavin Ware. I'm disappointed, but he's had an amazing career for the Tigers.
He really is. You know, this one's going to sting because he's going to remember it for a long time, but he just got caught on trying to come through, and just, man, it's too bad because Braden was all over him. He did what he needed to do against Gavin, but Gavin was ready for this match, I felt like, and wanted this thing to go the length and the distance, but that can happen. It can happen to the best of us.
We've seen it at all different levels and all different weight classes, and again, Gavin Ware will be a runner-up here at the state championship, so the Tigers take home 2 medals this season. The sophomore Rhett Coppice, a third-place finish at 106 pounds, and here at 195, Gavin Ware, a runner-up, second place at 195 pounds for the senior, the beast, Gavin Ware. That is going to wrap up our coverage of Play Center Tiger Wrestling in the state championships. Our thanks to all of our sponsors who give us the opportunity to cover the Tigers throughout the weekend. To our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella. Benny, as always, we appreciate all the help you do, Matt, side with us in the Tiger season.
Oh, man, I love it every year, and it's going to be fun again next year. So not the ending we wanted, but, you know, he battled through and got second place, and that's a pretty good accomplishment, that's for sure.
Big-time accomplishment. Third medal at the state championships, a sixth as a sophomore, fourth as a junior last year, and a runner-up second place here at the state championships at 195 pounds. We'll take you back to Wildcat pregame. This is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your sports Saturday.